Cortex is the productivity stack. This is the stack you want to take for total mental energy, total mental dominance, total motivation, verbal fluency, focus, and the drive to get work done. Get the Cortex Nootropics stack at livecortex.com. Feel what it feels like to fire on all cylinders.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Cortex Labs Nootropics and Performance Enhancement YouTube channel. I'm your host, Ryan Michael Ballo. Thanks so much for being with me. Check us out on the web at livecortex.com, at livecortex.com/blog, on the iTunes podcast at the Cortex Labs Nootropics podcast, which is at episode number 46. We're recording 47 today. It might be out today, Saturday, December 2nd. And check us out at facebook.com/cortexstacks. Lots of good stuff we post there. Thanks for being with me. Okay, so, I think one of the main things that folks often ask is, like, where are the studies behind particular nootropic compounds? And though I guess they're harder to find, perhaps compared to, I don't know, maybe other prominent drugs or something that might be FDA approved or might be working within, like, the United States of America as drugs in the medical establishment. They are out there, and if you look hard enough, you can find them. And so I found a very cool a study on phenylpiracetam and the rehabilitation of people that have strokes. So strokes is like essentially having a heart attack for the brain. You lose blood flow and circulation to the brain, and this process happens where as a result, after the stroke, people lose neurological function, sometimes permanently. Like they have a slurred speech, or their capacity to remember things is damaged, and they've got other sort of issues that basically get in the way of them living a normal functional life. And for some folks, they really never get better. Well, there's a study on phenylpiracetam titled Efficacy of Phenotropal in the Rehabilitation of Stroke Patients. And by the way, phenotropal is just a sort of pharmaceutical name for phenylpiracetam. If you Google phenotropal, you'll get the sort of little Wikipedia snippet on the right-hand side which says phenylpiracetam. And I'm going to read the study in just a second, but let's talk about product pro for a minute. If you didn't get any product over the course of the last week during the Black Friday and Cyber Monday, Cyber Week, period, you missed the special. We had one where you could get everything on the Cortex Labs website for $14 off using the coupon code 14. That's the Cortex stack, our powerful pre-made stack. We made a stack for entrepreneurs to work 20 hours a day. But it just so happened that everybody else benefited from it because it's a powerful nootropic stack. Get it at livecortex.com. It's called Cortex. We've got 3 digital nootropic stack lists. Somebody in a Facebook group, I'm starting to see this come up now because these stack lists are becoming a lot more pervasive in the community, which is good. And so folks are saying within these nootropics groups, like, people are asking questions about, hey, how do I take racetams in this particular fashion or whatever? And folks are going, hey, get the Racetam God Guide. It teaches you how, and it gives you very many stacks. All of that stuff. And then Smarter, Better, Faster, our digital nootropics guide, which is sort of novice folks to nootropics, but gives you many stacks, teaches you how to use nootropics. That stuff was $14 off at livecortex.com. But now, since that special is over, you can still get $5 off of everything. Use the coupon code 5, F-I-V-E, saves you $5 off for all powerful stuff. Lastly, we do Nootropics Consulting. 40-minute call with me, 15 additional email correspondences. livecortex.com, links are in the description below. Okay, so efficacy of phenyltropal in the rehabilitation of stroke patients. We studied 400 patients with ischemic stroke, including 200 patients who received 3 courses of phenyltropal or phenylpiracetam in the complex rehabilitation treatment in doses of 400 milligrams a day of phenylpiracetam, guys, during 1 year after stroke. So let's break that down for a second. What they did was they took 200 people, and they gave them phenylpiracetam at 400 milligrams a day for a year, okay, after their stroke. And then the other 200 people in that 400 people group were just the controls. They didn't give them phenylpiracetam. They were just the controls. They didn't give them anything. And then, so what they go on to say is the extent of restoration of neurologic functions and daily living activities was assessed with scales, scales, the Lindmark Scandinavian scales, and Merton and Sutton scale. I guess these are scales that measure neurologic functions. The final outcome of the study is the restoration of neurologic and daily living activities was significantly better in the main group compared to the control one. So they basically just demonstrated that they could give people that had a stroke 400 milligrams, which is a pretty high dose for regular normal people that don't have significant brain damage, and that's probably why these folks required so much dose, because it does seem to be commensurate. The need for nootropics is commensurate with damage in neurons or receptors or whatever. Every day, 400 milligrams of phenylpiracetam for 1 year post-stroke. And then they determined through a very particular measurement scales of neurological functioning and behavior and daily activity, capacity to engage in daily things, that those things were significantly better than the people that had stroke and got no phenylpiracetam. All right, so pretty cut and dry there. Phenylpiracetam absolutely helping the brain rehabilitate itself. That's one of the reasons it's so amazing. That's one of the reasons, as a nootropic compound, it really turns on the lights and gets you energized and puts you in a place where you can get stuff done. And I'm really lately on this super kick on validating nootropics. We've seen frankly, excuse my French, so much shit talking from media companies and from folks who just have no idea what they're talking about, like folks who want to have something against nootropics. And so I'm just on this kick of bringing out studies and talking about how useful they are to humans. Okay, so that is called Efficacy of Phenotropal in the Rehabilitation of Stroke Patients. You can read at least the abstract on PubMed, and I'm sure you can get access to the actual study to sort of see what those scales are and some of the other details. By hunting around, you might have to pay for it. Some of these scientific studies you actually have to pay for. But that was awesome. I hope this has been great for you. Thanks for watching. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching the video. Thanks for being with me. Ryan Michael Balla here. Check it out. These 4 are our powerful nootropic products. So start from the top. You're going to want to hear this. Number 1, the Cortex stack. That is our powerful pre-made stack. This is the stack you want to take if you want to get work done. Let me just be serious with you. I created that stack running a company 18 hours a day to get my brain to have massive verbal fluency, total motivation, right? Total overall mental fluidity, lots of mental energy, lots of drive to work. Entrepreneurs need brain performance. We created that stack for people that really, really need brain performance and ain't messing around. The Cortex stack, get it at livecortex.com. You will love that stack. Those digital guides, we'll start from the Racetam Guide. That guide is a digital stack list of some of the most highly effective brain state specific Racetam stacks on the planet. Basically you're getting oxiracetam, piracetam, aniracetam, phenylpiracetam, coliracetam, faciracetam, nephiracetam, pramiracetam stacks, very powerful stacks of all those racetams laid out in that guide. The New Pep Pro stack list is a giant list of sublingual, oral, and nasal new pep stack. So we've got just myriads of lists of very specific, very surgical new pep stacks that are highly effective, time tested. You take one of those stacks, your brain turns on, you will thank me. That thing is digital too. These are all digital, downloaded at livecortex.com. And then lastly, Smarter, Better, Faster is a digital guide that teaches anybody that's within the 1 to 2 year range of taking nootropics, how to take nootropics, how to think about taking nootropics, how to use nootropics surgically to really get optimal brain performance, to totally dominate the realm of nootropics. It gives you very many stacks. My favorite stacks, everything from modafinil, caffeine, theanine protocols to aniracetam, microdosing protocols to uridine, ALA, Alcar, choline stacks to basically everything else in between. If you want the most powerful stacks on the planet, you want my personal stacks and my personal philosophy on taking nootropics, get the Smarter, Better, Faster guide. Get all these guides. Get all of this good nootropic stuff at livecortex.com. We make elite level nootropic products for elite level nootropic players. Are you one of them? Let's find out. livecortex.com. Make it happen. Thanks for being with me.